Clocks are amazing, wonderful inventions. Humans have used clocks for a really long time. In the ancient world, a common type of clock was the sundial. That's right, the sundial. Sundials are very accurate but are not used often today. Have you ever asked what time it is and someone checks their sundial? Yeah, that isn't real common. Today, most clocks are digital clocks. Digital clocks are really simple to use. They simply show the digits for the hour and minutes. So here we have a digital clock. Here on the left, we see the hour. It is 7. On the right, we see the minutes, 10. So what time is it according to this clock? Yeah, it is 7:10, 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. What about this clock? Here is another digital clock. What time is it according to this clock? Yes, it is 10 o'clock. On the left, we see the hour, which is 10. And on the right, we see the minutes, which are just zeros. So it is exactly 10 o'clock. Now, digital clocks are not the only way we can see what time it is. Have you ever seen a clock like this before? Yeah, this is called an analog clock. It is a different way to display time. In this video, we are going to learn how to read analog clocks, which will be super awesome because there are analog clocks all around us that want to be read. They want to show us the time. So, to start, we are going to learn some fun things about the analog clock. The front is called the face of the clock, or the dial. Just like you have a face, an analog clock has a face. That's right. The face includes the numbers, the parts that spin, and all the markings on the clock. The face, sometimes called the dial, has two main parts that point to the numbers and spin around. They are called hands. Isn't that interesting? The shorter hand is the hour hand. It shows us what hour it is. The hour hand is short. The longer hand is the minute hand. It points to the minutes. It's silly, even though an hour is longer than a minute, the hour hand is shorter. The hour hand is the short hand, and the minute hand is the long hand. So just like you, analog clocks have a face, and usually have two hands. The short hand points to the hour. The long hand points to the minutes. Let's go back to our analog clock and see if we can figure out what time it is showing. Just like we do with the digital clock, let's look at the hour hand, the short hand first. What number is it pointing at? Yes, at the number 3. Great. So it is the third hour. It is 3 something. Now we just have to read the minutes. The minute hand is the long hand. But how do we read the minutes? It only goes up to 12, and those big numbers are what we use for the hours. What do we do? Mr. Whiskers, we're recording. What? You know how to read the minutes on an analog clock? I didn't even know you knew how to tell time. You're a cat. You have a trick? Well, we should hear the trick. It's important for us to learn how to do this. Okay, an analog trick with Mr. Whiskers. Okay, that's a little crazy, but that's okay. All right, so what's the trick? Oh, okay, so we need to count by 5s to find out the minutes. That's a wonderful trick. That's amazing. You see, all of those little lines in between the numbers on the face of the clock represent 1 minute. To find out the minutes, we just have to count by 5s around the clock, starting at the 12. The 12 is like the starting line. When the minute hand is at the 12, that means 0 minutes. Then the 1 is 5, 2 is 10, then 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then back to 0. All we have to do is count by 5s. Okay, so we're ready to figure out what time this is. Okay, so we already know what the hour is. The hour is 3. Yes. Okay, so we write 3. Now we have to figure out the minutes, and the minute hand is pointing at the 12. which means what? How many minutes? 0. Yeah, and with minutes, we always write 2 digits, so we'll write 2 zeros. What is this time? Yeah, 3 o'clock. Great job! Okay, let's try this one. What time does this clock say? Where's the hour hand? Yeah, on the 5. And where's the minute hand? Yep, at the 12. So you know there are zeros at the end of that. What time is it? Yes, it's 5 o'clock. Great job. All right, let's try this one. Okay, both hands are pointing at which number? Yeah, 12. What time is this? Yes, 12 o'clock. Great job. Notice if the minute hand is pointing at the 12, you always say o'clock. So this is 12 o'clock, just like before we had 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. This is 12 o'clock. Terrific. Now we are going to change things up. Just remember our trick, count by 5s, okay? Let's figure out what time this clock is showing us. First, let's look at the hour hand. Wait, it isn't directly pointing at a number, it is between the 2 and the 3. No worries, when the hour hand is between 2 numbers, the hour is the earlier number. So the hour is 2. Where is the minute hand pointing? That's right, at the number 6. We are going to use Mr. Whisker's trick and count by 5s. We start at the 12, which is 0. Then we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So how many minutes is this showing? 30. That's right. So what time is the clock showing? 2:30. You got it. This one looks like fun. What time is it according to this clock? First, let's look at the hour hand. The hour hand is between numbers again. It is between which numbers? Yes, 8 and 9. Remember, when the hour hand is between 2 numbers, the hour is the earlier number. So the hour is 8. Where is the minute hand pointing? That's right, at the number 3. We are going to use Mr. Whisker's trick and count by 5s. We start at the 12, which is 0. Then we count 5, 10, 15. So how many minutes is this showing? 15, yeah! So what time is the clock showing? 8:15, you got it! How about this one? What time is it according to this clock? First, let's look at the hour hand. The hour hand is between numbers again. It is between which numbers? Yes, 11 and 12. Remember, when the hour hand is between 2 numbers, the hour is the earlier number. So the hour is what? 11! You are right! Okay, so where is the minute hand pointing? Yep, at the number 9. We are going to use Mr. Whisker's trick and count by 5s. We start with 12, which is 0. Then we count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So how many minutes is this showing? 45, you got it. So what time is this clock showing? 11:45. Yes, great job. We looked at examples of when the hour hand isn't pointing directly at a number on the face of a clock. You know, sometimes the minute hand isn't pointing directly at a number. Look at this example. The hour hand is between which 2 numbers? Yes, 7 and 8. Which number is the hour? Yep, 7. The hour is always the earlier number on the clock when it is between 2 numbers. Now the minute hand is near the 8, but notice it went past the 8 by 2. To figure out the minutes, we will count by fives just like before, and then add 2 at the end. The 12 is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Then you just add 40 plus 2. You gotta add 2. What is 40 plus 2? Yeah, 42. So the time is 7:42. Wonderful job. That's great. Let's look at one last analog clock. Just looking at this clock, what is the hour? Yes, 12, because 12 is the earlier hour on the clock. How about the minutes? Use the count by fives trick and notice the minute hand is 1 minute after the 4. You'll need to add 1 minute. All right, 21. So the time is 12:21. Let's check the minutes to be sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, then add 1, which is 21. You have done a great job.